You're babysitting them, your nephews?
Yes.
I've always had a special respect for teachers. Growing up, my family was deeply rooted in the educational system. You went to UCLA and you majored in Spanish.
Yes, Spanish literature specifically. Where's Tayden?
Don't stay far away, within my sight.
Right. Exactly.
After graduation, you went straight to become a teacher. How did that come about? Was
Well, when I was in college, I got signed to a publishing deal. So that's when I wrote a song called Never for Jaheim. And I was writing for other artists, the Pussycat Dolls, for uh, so many people, Joe, these different Usher,
Mhm.
And so, but the opportunities were up and down, over the course of years. It might be like 4 placements, and we are trying to make a life of it. So because it was so unpredictable, I really, it wasn't that I got a job just for the money too. I was saving money, but I also just loved education, so I continued with it. I was offered a job,
Mhm.
and that's the thing. Like a lot of times, purpose. You could see your purpose based on the opportunities in front of you. I
Mhm.
was offered the job to get into education. The principal at Inglewood High School, which
Mhm.
is one of the schools we served after school,
Mhm.
she offered me a job after I graduate. Like whenever done doing the nonprofit work, come over here, and because we could use a black Spanish teacher,
Mhm.
and that's how I got into teaching. It was never like I need a job and I'm pursuing teaching.
Mhm.
It was somebody tugged at my coattail, and I
Yeah.
went with the opportunity.
And also, probably you would think that, oh, this is more of a stable thing, and then you
For
need
sure,
stability.
for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, until music completely took off, it was something that allowed me to pay my car note, pay my rent,
Right.
keep the lights on, and then maybe shoot a music video or two.
Well, I think so probably you might be one of the very few rappers whose path to success was not that struggling, right? Because you had a great job.
To all around the world.
Hello, who's this little girl?
Yeah. This
No.
is Taden. I'm gonna call it Esther. My adult life wasn't that much of a struggle. I think my childhood was still, my father in jail. And, my father was in jail until I was 8 years old. We moved around. We went to a lot of different schools, so it was still kind of that experience. Our family,
Mhm.
uh, for the first half of my childhood was disjointed.
Mhm.
And, but at my adult life, I didn't sell drugs to, to become a rapper. I didn't get shot. That wasn't my, that wasn't my rise to fame.
Yeah, you don't need to. You don't need to sell drugs.
Yeah. No. I don't need that. That's not for me.
Right.
So but my childhood, I'm very familiar with the same environments that people who had to deal with that kind of stuff
Mhm.
are, just because, I'm from Inglewood, and not the new Inglewood. I'm from the old Inglewood, where it was gangs and all that stuff. And I did have to, because both parents were working,
Mhm.
we were actually in the streets sometimes because they couldn't just chauffeur us everywhere. They were actively, you
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
working to pay the bills and
Mhm.
feed 3 hungry teenagers.
How many siblings do you have in the family?
I have 3 brothers. We just lost one, so it's 3 of us left. There were 4 of us total.
I'm
My
sorry.
oldest brother Ron, yeah, my oldest brother Ron just passed. He's had a struggle with alcoholism,
Mhm.
and he was 11 years older than me, and so he just passed. So now he was my dad's first son. We had different mothers,
Mhm.
but me and my other brothers, Davion and Sir, also known as Sir Daryl, we have the same mother and father. So it's 3 of us left.
For the young people today who are also pursuing music, do you think like what's your advice? Do you think they should go all in and embrace the struggle, or would you think they should be like you, just to get a stable job first and you can pursue a dream at the same time?
They should get an income. I
Yeah.
think they should for sure go all in on the music, but all in doesn't mean you don't learn other things. Like I said, everybody has their path. Some people, you know, funded their vision in the streets. I have actor friends who are also substitute teachers, so it's always good to have an option to get a job. Work is honorable, so always be willing to work. You shouldn't necessarily rely on art 100% for your income, because then it ceases to be art. It should
Mhm.
come from a place that's not economic. It should come from a place that's honest, in my opinion. There's no shame in flipping burgers if that's what it calls for.
Yeah.
I know that's real slow money. So
Wow, amazing. When you were a teacher, how did you juggle them both? Because you had a full-time job, right?
I struggled actually, to be honest. I didn't always do well, to be honest. I There was a point at which like my back gave out because I was in the studio too much, like in the studio all night, get up, go teach, then trying to be in a grad school program so I could keep my temporary credential.
Hmm.
And in doing so, my body had too much and my back gave out. I was at the chiropractor office and they just put me on rest. And your body has a way of telling you when it's too much.
Hmm.
So, that's part of the art of being an artist. Like, how do you take care of yourself and live and set boundaries so that you can, you know,
Yeah.
continue to be able to produce.
Yeah.
When I was a teacher, there were some times where I had to just take a break.
Hmm.
I had to take a break from making music, or I had to go into different seasons or phases.
Hmm.
You make so much music, and then it's like, oh, wait, there are different stages. Maybe I should put this out. Maybe I should promote this.
Hmm.
Maybe I should get out of the studio.
How many years into teaching until you went on the show?
10,
10.
10, yes.
You were a teacher for 10 years.
I was off and on for 10. So
Wow.
from when I was 23 to when I was 33. And there were like periods where I was substitute teacher, so
Hmm.
I wasn't there every day. There
Hmm.
was probably a year or so in between where I didn't teach at all.
Hmm.
Like I did an after school program. So within those 10 years, I was in a classroom, probably 7 or 8 whole years of being in a classroom though.
Do you still talk to your students nowadays?
I see my students everywhere.
Do you really?
Everywhere, yes. 10
Oh.
years of teaching because it's in LA and I'm still in LA. So, and some of them are all over the world, but I see that I got students in the NFL,
Uh-huh.
I got students in the NBA,
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Love that.
yeah, I got students everywhere.
That's awesome. I know that you went to NBA All-Star 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
How was that? Did you perform?
I did perform. I performed at the last time out of the NBA All-Star game. I performed my song Chin Up and Nah Nah Nah. And
Uh-huh.
my brother came out and we performed it with the Clipper Spirit. So
Hmm.
so it was a phenomenal performance. You
I'm
know,
yeah, I'm
we
so
were in front of 13,000 people. It was a good time.
What surprised you the most working with Snoop Dogg?
Snoop has a keen ability to show up and make you feel like he just your uncle, like he just your homie. Like you see him all over television, from the voice to the Olympics to releasing a new album to being in movies and shows.
Mhm.
But when he's in the room, he don't look like he's busy or stressed out or frantic. He's just real chill and very present and very warm.
Mhm.
And so I know when he first came out, everybody was like, "Oh, this gangster," and all of that is true. That's his background. But he's like such a family man, and he feels like family when he's around, and he has a way of listening and tuning into the people that he's around to where you know they know that he's not duplicitous in his presence. He's very present and very involved. So and that makes me respect him as a person so much more
Mhm.
because we all know how much he's carrying at any one point in time. But he's very. The first thing he told me was, "Look, nephew, I'm gonna show you how to solidify your legacy,"
Mhm.
and that's all he's been doing since.
What's he like in the studio? Like he's super hands-on, or does he give you a lot of freedom?
Super. I mean, he's hands on, but he respects the artistry.
Hmm.
A lot of times I create in a room by myself, and he'll come in and vouch for it afterwards. But then I've worked with him, so I wrote his verses on a song called "Que Maldición" with Banda MS and Snoop Dogg, and it's almost diamond as a song. It's one of his biggest songs. But I wrote him Spanish lyrics.
Hmm.
So watching him record in Spanish was one of the funniest things I've ever seen
Hmm.
because because his pronunciation, he's not fluent in Spanish. He knows a little bit,
Right.
but he something I took away from it was that he never is ashamed. He'll always try again.
Was he a good student, like learning Spanish?
He was a great student. He never gave up on himself.
So how did it turn out?
He got it out. He got it right, one line at a time.
What is the biggest lesson you've learned from him?
To laugh it off and keep going. Just keep going.
Hmm.
You know, every mistake he made when he was doing the Spanish verse, it didn't really bother him. He just like again, again, and
Hmm.
he was so quick to go again that it was just like inspiring, and it wasn't even like he would say it the same way each time, again, again,
Again.
again. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And giving ourselves that grace to be like, we'll have another again as long as we don't overthink it. Just go again, you know. And
Hmm.
so that's how I'm approaching it now.
Because today is all about inspiration, motivation. I feel like that's something that's the biggest lesson that you could give to the world. How do you take no's? How do you take rejections?
I've learned to take them well. Like it's no's are better than everything is better than something indefinite. You know, it's better than a, I'll get back to you. You know, it's better than a I don't know. A no is like cool. It helps. A no is still a direction. You know,
Mhm.
it helps you know. It gives you a little more certainty on which direction you should head in.
Before you signed the deal, did you get a lot of rejections?
A couple, yeah.
See, I've always had the feeling that it's not very hard for you to succeed. Like it's always, just a smooth sailing for you.
No, no. I work so hard. I work so hard, and I fight with my team for what's right. And our standards are high. So even if there's an opportunity on the table, that doesn't necessarily mean it's for us.
Just to keep educating more people and keep just motivating more people.
Absolutely. I'm proud to do it.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Okay, he's getting so impatient, and
I know.
I'll let
Thank
you.
you so much, Esther.
Nice talking to
Sorry.
you.